I am full hot on the concept of macro-management. Hey, it's Iannarino, and I want to talk to you about this concept that I'm full hot on right now, and it's called macro-management. So many people talk about micromanagement, where somebody's managing every aspect of your work. They're hovering over your shoulder. They're directing the way that you do the work, when you do the work, how you do the work, the quality of the work. It's somebody really, really engaged with your work and not letting you actually do your work. That's probably not your boss, your supervisor, or your leader. Macro management is what most managers try to do. They try to manage the macro. So what they're looking for is, what are the big outcomes my people are supposed to be producing, and then are they producing those outcomes? So if you're in sales, and it's likely you are if you're watching this, then somebody's going to ask you about the opportunities you created in a certain period. Maybe it's in a week. They're going to say, what new opportunities did you generate this week? Or they're going to ask you, what opportunities did you move forward this week? Those are big macro outcomes, and that's really what they want from you. They want the macro outcomes. They don't really care about the activity that it takes to generate those macro outcomes. If you can generate those outcomes with less activity, that's great. If it takes you more activity, that's great too. Nobody cares. Unless you're not getting the outcomes. And what you sometimes think as micromanagement is really a macro manager who has to drill down another level to figure out how to help you. And so what happens is when they say, what new opportunities did you create this week? And you say, I didn't create any new opportunities. And then the second week they say, what new opportunities did you create this week? And you say, I didn't create any opportunities. Then the natural next question for that person is, what activities did you take that might have generated new opportunities this week, and how much of that activity did you do? And that's the right question for them to ask, because they're trying to figure out, do you not know how to get this outcome? Are you not taking enough action? Are you not taking it consistently enough? And they have to move from macro down to micro. They have to start going from what's the big outcome to what's the activity, because you made them do that when you didn't produce the outcome. If you produce the outcome, no one cares. But when you don't produce the outcome, you're taking your macro manager and moving them down to something that you're going to call a micromanager. And really what it's called is accountability. So if you want to be a great salesperson, if you want to do well in business, focus on the big macro outcomes, and your leader is never going to have to ask you what you're doing because you're producing those outcomes. If somebody has to come around behind you and ask you about your activity, know that that's probably you, because you're not giving them the outcomes and you're forcing them down from being a macro manager to being something else. And if you're a manager, be a macro manager, but don't let people get away with not producing the outcomes. If you have to dig into activity, you may have to be an activity manager for a period of time if you really want to help people. I'm Iannarino. This is Everyday. Do hit the subscribe button when you're here. Leave your comments in the comments section below. I answer every one of them, and I look forward to hearing from you. Then go out to thesalesblog.com and do sign up for the newsletter, My Best Work Every Week, and I will see you back here tomorrow.